How much do I need in my pension to be able to retire? Well, I guess for many, or perhaps most, that's what financial planning, the thing that we do for a living, is all about. Setting financial goals, finding out or showing what you need to do to achieve them. And that magical retirement is the financial goal that would come to mind for most. Well, for most under 30 or maybe even 40 these days, buying a house might be up there, and you could say that you need to save harder than anything else for that. And there's one of the first problems of retirement planning, that it's hard, if not impossible for most, to do both. Has that always been the case? Well, back in the day, that day being, let's say, 30 years or so ago, we financial advisors probably talked a lot more to those starting out on their financial journey than those at the end of it. Now it's the reverse. One of my simple and easy to remember and actually true lines was that to build up enough money to retire at 60 or 65 with a pension income of about half of your earnings, you'd need to put away 10% of what you earn each year if you started at 20 something, 15% at 30 something, 20% at 40 something, and forget it if you don't start until you're 50. Now that's 10, 15 or 20% every year for, well, if you start young, 40 or 45 years. Now, back in that particular day, interest rates were 10% or more, and so annuity rates, the amount of pension your fund would buy, were much the same or more. And we were able to assume that pension funds would grow at 7, 9, or for riskier funds, 13%, which is eye-watering now. The rates we can use currently are 2, 5, and just 8%. In other words, doing those sums now, you'd need, if you start at a young age, to put away more than 10% of your income. And 10% is more anyway than has to go into an auto-enrollment or workplace type of pension. That's just 8%. Now, a lot, of course, is about expectations. If you're living on the minimum wage, as many are, then you'll only apparently need to have 110,000 in your pension pot to retire on the same income. That's in addition to the state pension. Unfortunately, the average pension pot falls around 30% short of this, and that's just the average. Those who most need it are, as always, the least likely to have actually saved it. And with the demise of old-fashioned final salary pensions, and that's a whole other story for another day, with their demise or death, it's yet another ageing population problem that's going to have to be grappled with. Or not, most likely.